Thank you everybody for joining. I love that you're tuning in to this channel. I'm bringing this to you so we can connect at a deeper level for our yoga practice. Welcome to this yoga class. I'm going to be doing a just nice yoga flow, nice stretches and some yoga poses, but we're going to be focusing on concentration. Concentrating on the poses that we're doing, focusing on our muscles and how we're placing our body, our arms, our legs, making sure they're supported, focusing on our breath, and really just enjoying the practice from the inside out. So we'll take you there, and I hope you enjoy it. Please tune in and enjoy this channel, subscribe, and I love that we are connected through this platform. Thank you. All right, so close your eyes, start your breath. Okay, slow deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And with that, bring the shoulders up, open up through the diaphragm, and just find that nice space of breath, healing breath, opening up and letting the oxygen just floating to all different parts of the body that you feel starting to blossom like a beautiful flower. So inhale through the nose and then exhale it all the way out. Inhale through the nose and exhale it all the way out. Good. Now just come to a nice shallow breathing, not deep breathing, just regular breath, but just notice the breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. And this kind of meditation helps to set your practice as you tune inward and really try to figure out where you need to go, how you're going to focus on the different poses, just really setting the tone that being open to this beautiful practice, right? No expectations. So just trying to focus inward now, noticing how you feel after doing this for a minute or so, just feeling the breath flowing and noticing how you feel today, whether it's in the morning or the afternoon or the evening. Just notice how the body is feeling and what you really want to get out of your practice. So tuning in will help you connect inward, and your body will actually report to you and talk to you and tell you what you're needing and where you need to go and where you need to stop. All right, so bring your hands over your knees and start to draw back into your cat pose. And stay here for a moment and just move the hips a little bit. Just finding space in your shoulders, your back. And then bring it forward into your cow pose. Inhale and get forward as you look up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale forward and exhale it back. Nicely done. And let's turn it into a nice circle. All these torso circles, and they're really nice for just finding stretch in the lower back, massaging the hips, massaging the hip flexors. Just a few times. You could do as many as you like, and then reverse it. Keep your breath connected. And we're going to start to move it and just feeling the body opening. Feel the side of the body and the hips. Connecting your breath. And then we're going to start a moving twist. So bring the arms up and twist to one side, looking over your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, give it a nice twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. One more. Good. Let's bring the hands behind, connect the hands, draw the arms down, squeeze and lift the arms. Now you can pulse the arms. You can see me. pulsing. That feels nice to the front of the shoulder. You can bring the body forward as you hinge forward. You can give it a little bit of a movement, and you get a really nice stretch in the front of the shoulder, but now you're entering into the hips and the lower back. And bring the body up. Nice breath. Let's connect the hands in front and turn the palms out and bring it back into your cat pose. And bring it on up. And find a space here that works, whether it's for, in front of your ears, along your ears, or behind your ears. Make sure it's comfortable and just find that nice stretch. And now let's bring the hands down and roll the shoulders. Feel your breath moving and reverse the shoulders. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit of Kundalini breath, and that's just energy work. It's just bringing more oxygen into the body and finding that nice space of you feel swirling sensations of energy moving through the body. It's really beautiful. So what we're going to do is bring the arms up here, draw up through the center of the body. So pull on the abdominal muscles slightly so you have support in your back. And then we're going to move to the right, to the left. Okay, let the head follow the arms. You can close the eyes if you want. And the breath work goes like this. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. In, out. And so you can go quick as you watch me. I'm going quite fast. And watch how I breathe. Now you don't have to go that fast, but the faster you go, the more energy you're bringing into the body, which is really beautiful to the body, the mind, spirit, energy flow, circulation. We're going to give it a stop. Bring your hands to your thighs. Take a nice deep breath. Like I said, you're going to feel that energy swirling, which wakes up the body nicely. Take a couple of breaths here and just let it calm, let it release. All right, let's straighten the legs out and just give the legs a nice little stretch, squeeze, and flex the feet. Now I'm going to turn sideways. So you really want to just feel that nice lengthening through the hamstrings. You can bring the arms out forward so you feel that nice stretch in the back and shoulders, totally up to you. And bring the legs up, hands behind you, feet are as wide as your mat. Give it a nice little movement. And I like this because it massages your glutes, feels nice on your glute muscles. Look over the opposite shoulder. And bring the feet together. And let's come into reverse tabletop. So your feet are going to be right underneath your knees when you lift the hips up. Bring it down. Good, ready? Make sure your hands are under your shoulders as well. And so we're going to start our focusing now, our concentration. As you lift the hips up, okay, you're going to pause here wherever you need to stop, and you're going to figure out, okay, do I feel safe? Is it comfortable for me? It doesn't have to feel really comfortable. You can have a little bit of uncomfortableness as you strengthen through the legs, right? But you want to make sure the joints are in alignment so you're not going to hurt yourself at all. You can bring the head back. You can bring the head up. I like to do this because it's a great neck strengthener. And then you can bring the body down and then bring it back up. So focus as you're coming into the pose on the muscles that are working hard for you, which are the legs and the glutes, the shoulders and the back. Focusing. Using your breath. And then bringing it down. Nice job. Bring it forward. Take that breath and then just kind of surrender. Let the back relax, let the core muscles relax for a moment. And then bring the body up. Good, bring your legs together. And let's do a nice modified half boat here. So for those of you who don't like to bring your legs up, you can keep them down. This is a nice modified position. And you can just alternate. Kick in the core and just allow those muscles to work for you and strengthen. If you're beyond this and you're ready for half boat, then you can bring your arms out. Great, do that. If you're not ready for that, then bring the feet back down. Maybe you want to alternate up and back down. Or you can go into your full boat, right? Leave the arms out and kind of work from there. So figure out if you want to hold it here, if you want to bring the arms out, if you want to move it to the right and left for more strengthening. I like to bring the legs out and in. That really works the core. And so you have to do what works for you, right? Focusing on your breath, concentrating on what this is bringing into your body. Don't overdo it. And then bring the legs down. Nice job. And again, surrender, because you're working those abdominal muscles, which tend to feel in your back. And this is a nice way to just relax with the back. You can open the legs wider. You can bring the chest inside the knees. You can open the knees into like a butterfly. You can surrender it all the way down and finding your breath. Nice. Bring it up. Let's bring our feet together, but move them forward. And so this is your butterfly, right? And you can do this. It's a great stretch for the knees or for the groin. You're gonna bring it forward a little bit and then grab those hands and draw them underneath the legs. If this isn't comfortable for you, just place them on top of your feet and drop into your forward fold. But do your feet a favor, give them a little massage. Yeah, that feels really nice. But again, if you want to go underneath, grab the feet and then sink in to your deep hip opener here. And so this is a great way to find deep stretches in the hip. Find your breath and surrender. Remember, focusing on what the pose is bringing in for you, in through the hips and the back. If you want to lay the hands on top, you can drop the head deeper and find more of a stretch through the spine. Bring the body up. Bring the hands behind you, feet as wide as your mat again. And just allow relaxation, release, whatever it takes to find relax through the joints and through the muscles. And bring the legs back out. Draw your arms up and then bring it forward. And just kind of hang out here for a moment. Just allow those hamstrings to release. If you're flexing the feet, you're gonna get a beautiful stretch underneath the knees and the calf muscles. And bring the body up. Nice. All right, we're gonna switch positions. So if you like to curl the toes under, or even if you don't like it, try it. I know it's challenging, especially if you have difficulty with your toe joints, if they're finding that they're kind of won't move in the directions that you want them to anymore. And I know that tends to happen as we get older, but that's more reason to do this. So squeeze the toes, turn the feet in a circle, see if you can curl them under and sit your hips on your heels. And try to just maneuver it a little bit where you can get into the baby toes. So you're kind of moving your feet outer and inner and getting into as many toes as you can. And then when you say, okay, that's enough, release the toes, come to the top of the feet, right? Top of the feet, and come into your child's pose. And just really feel that nice lengthening, finding the breath, letting the top of the head hit the mat. If you can't get your head to the mat, get a block or a towel, and you can place your head on top of that. Find your breath. And let's come on up into our tabletop. So again, we're going to focus on how this is going to benefit us, what we're getting out of this. What are the things we're doing to find our body to be stronger? And we come to yoga, right, to get stronger and to find breath and meditation and a lot of other things, but really to focus on what each pose is doing for us and not rushing through it and not wanting this big workout. Is to really focus on connecting with a pose, okay? Sometimes a basic pose can get really kind of humdrum and maybe boring, and so I always say try to find a new experience in a pose that you do often. So try to find your cat and cow, so chin to the chest, spine to the ceiling, and then look up towards the ceiling, spine drops down, right? And as you do that, instead of just moving with your breath, hold each pose. So look up, draw the core muscles up towards the spine, and then come into your cat pose and draw your core muscles up towards your spine. So you should feel a burning sensation going on in each position, which connects you more to the pose, helps you with focus and concentration, so you can really feel the benefits, feel the body working with such a simple pose, right? So we're adding layers to a nice, beautiful, simple pose. All right, so we're going to come into a neutral position. We're going to go into a spinal balance. And again, here, a simple pose that we can make more effective. So right leg, flex the foot. And you can see my leg is level with my hip. It's not up here, it's not down here, and it's straight. It's not hanging like this, because once that's hanging, the knee is not straight, you're not getting stability. You want to make that leg as strong as possible, right? Draw your core in, because now you're going to lift your arm up, which is going to go off balance a bit. So right leg, left arm. So here you can see you're in your spinal balance. My arm is level with my shoulder. It's not down and it's not up too high, which is going to affect my shoulder. You want to make it nice and level. And now you want to add that extra layer, which is breath. Plug in your triceps, plug in your glutes and your core. And now you're adding more layers to such a simple pose, but really getting the most benefits you can get out of it. Hold and breathe. And bring it down. Nice job. Cat and cow, just to release it for a moment, find your breath. And let's switch sides. Okay, so left leg, flex the foot. Right arm. Okay, so once you get your balance, then you can plug in where you need to. Left tricep, right shoulder, right arm, left leg, glute, and core. And so when you plug all that in with your breath, you're starting to increase your heart rate. So you're working the body harder, which is really what we want. We want the heart rate to come up. So we're strengthening our heart muscle. But we're also creating strong core, strong arms and legs, and working on balance. And bring it down. Good. Come into your child's pose. Take a breath. Let the heart rate come down if it's elevated. If it's not elevated, that's fine as well. You're still doing a great job in working at it and getting great benefits. I'm moving my hips over to the right and left. When I move my hip over to the left, I feel that really nice stretch going into my hamstring and my glute muscle. And then over to the right, same thing. All right, we're gonna bring it on up. Okay, so we're gonna do what we call thread the needle right now. We're gonna stretch, excuse me for adjusting, stretching the shoulders. So I'm gonna come towards you first, okay? So my left hand is on the floor. I'm going to lift my right arm, turn my palm up, and sift my arm all the way straight and drop to my right side of my head. So my right ear is on the floor. Okay? So this is where the layers come in. You can build upon this pose or you can stay right here. So the next layer is you're going to lift the left arm up. You can bring the left arm behind your back as well, just depends what you're looking for in a stretch. So if you feel your body wavering as though you're going to fall over, just be very careful. Fall gracefully, but try not to fall and just keep those muscles working for you. If you want to bring the left leg out, and see how I have my toes curled under. I'm not lifting my leg, I'm just extending it. The foot is on the floor, just strengthening the pose even further. And bring it down. Bring your left arm down. And bring the right arm back out. And so you can feel that really nice stretch in that right shoulder. I'm going to do the other side. You ready? Left hand, sift it under, and you're going to drop to the left side of your head and bring the right arm up. Again, you can bring that arm behind your back or up towards the ceiling and extend the right leg for further balancing challenges. Stay focused and connected to the muscles so you can keep balanced in your pose. Bring the right hand down, bring the leg in, come back. Let's do a nice cat and cow. Stretch out those upper shoulder muscles that you've lengthened through your pose, and find your breath. Very important to find the breath. Nice job. All right, let's go into downward dog. So find your dog and stretch it out. Bend the knees, maybe turn the head a little bit. Find some loose softness, space. And now I'm going to come into upward dog. And so make sure when you come into upward dog, your hands are under your shoulders, right? And you go back into your down dog. Now, a modification is to come to the knees and to come into your cow pose and back into your downward dog. So go where it works best for you. We're just going to fire up the muscles a little bit, but stay connected to the breath, squeezing the muscles. So my glutes and my core and my arms and shoulders and back are really engaged. So I'm focused and concentrating on the pose to get all the benefits I can. Inhaling up, exhaling it down. Do as many as you'd like. And come to child's pose and give it a rest. Awesome. All right. We're going to do a couple of standing poses, and we're going to just feel and focus on what it's like to hold a pose and let the body work as you focus on breath and concentrating on the pose. Okay? So I'm going to stand up. Good. Just shake it out a little bit. All right, we're going to go into a warrior pose. So I'm going to bring one leg out into my lunge and turn the opposite leg. Right, so you're opening up that hip and coming down into whatever lunge into your warrior pose, right? Open the arms up nice and wide. So you'll see my arms are lengthened. They're shoulder height. And if you could check out my left knee, it's stacked over my left ankle, right? So I'm not going into this position here, which is dangerous for the joints. You want to stay on top of it, plug in. Draw your core in and up now, and really extending the arms as you squeeze the muscles. So with that, you're going to feel the heart rate come up because you're using the pose more. You're benefiting the body more by focusing and concentrating on exactly what you're doing in this pose instead of rushing and going to the next pose and the next pose, right? It's just focusing on this pose. And then find your reverse. Open it up. And then bring it on over into your side angle. And so you want to find extension here and really stretching from the fingertips down to that foot. And then bring it back into your warrior two. Good. We're gonna turn, quarter turn, and then bring it to the other side. Good. So spine is nice and tall. Come into your warrior. If you need to back the leg up, back it up. See where your arms are. Sometimes if you look behind and you look at your arm, it's kind of lagging. So you want to lift it up and open the arms really wide as you go down to that beautiful pose. Right, so the heart rate's going to come up. You want to squeeze that back leg from your glute all the way down to the outer foot, really igniting that leg. So the pressure is not only on this leg, you've got a nice balance going on. Maybe go down a little further. Inhale, bring it up. And bring it on over to your side angle. Extending it beautifully, stretching it out really nicely. And bring it back. Opening it up, focusing. Good. We're going to bring it into a sun salutation. So I'm going to bring the hands down. I'm going to bring the leg back. I'm going to modify by bringing my knees down, my chest down. Come on up to Cobra, which is a really beautiful pose. Finding your breath, squeezing the glutes, connecting the core as you focus on how this is affecting you and benefiting you. Bring it down. Curl the toes, hands are by your chest. Bring it up into your downward dog. Stretch it out. Bring the knees down. Come into your child's pose. Excellent. We're going to do that one more time. Nice sun salutation. So curl the toes under. Come into your downward dog. Walk your feet forward. Come on up. Draw your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Look up, flat back. Bring the legs back to your plank or modified plank and find a vinyasa. So maybe you want to go through a push-up. You want to go through upward dog or cobra. Back into a downward dog. Find your breath. Bring the knees down and come into your child's pose. Give it a rest. Bring it on up. Come and sit on your mat. And so those are some poses that you can do that really help to connect you, to focus on the poses that you're doing, staying connected to the muscles, the joints, how you're stacking it, and really noticing the breath moving as the pose intensifies. You can really concentrate on what it's doing for you. The breath will help it make it easier. Always does. The breath, that's what it's there for. Really focusing on connecting breath to your pose or to your movement. All right, let's find a nice meditation here. So nicely close your eyes. Allow the breath to move freely. So if you want to take some deep breaths, if the heart rate is still elevated, take some nice, slow, deep breaths to calm the heart rate down, and then come into your shallow breathing. Nice deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you liked that yoga practice. Always come to this channel for insights on nutrition, great interviews, and of course our yoga practice. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. Send your comments. I'd love to get connected with you.